Back from the grave, members of New Zealand's infamous Baal Messiah return in the form of Obligatory Fiend. Obligatory Fiend is a very hard word to get out of your mouth. But anyway, how are you guys tonight?
Good.
You're good, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you guys could introduce yourselves, let's start with Joe in his car.
I'm Dave Steiner. I do vocals.
Who's next?
Chris, play guitar and bass at the moment.
And I'm Tim, and I'm doing drums and guitar.
I guess first we should probably tackle band history.
Bow was started about 2007.
Yeah.
2007. Yeah. So it was me and Tim. Yeah. We started the band, and I think that like the year before that we'd worked together, and just through a mutual like of the music, we were like, "Oh,
let's get together."
Let's get together. I play guitar, Tim plays drums, So, so we just started jamming, and man, we just had all these songs. So, Mickey knew a few guys, so we just brought them in and just went for it. And like at the beginning was reasonably terrible, but we knew some people in the right places.
Yeah.
That got us shows at like Al's Bar, for instance, where, we could barely string a song together. And we're playing at Al's Bar where, a lot of other bands didn't get the chance to do that because Al was quite picky about who he had in there. So we're really lucky to get that exposure early on. And I think just through that made us want to play better. So it just evolved from there, man, up until, up until the finish, really.
And we had shitloads of fun doing it.
Yeah, that's right. And it was all about having fun at the time.
Yeah, man.
If we weren't having fun, why were we doing it? So that's what it was mainly about, really.
The band kind of wrapped up around the earlier part of 2017 when Andrew passed away. And then you guys kind of stopped. And then I guess it's been about 5 years now, and then this new band ideas sort of appeared. So I'm wondering why you didn't start up Baal Messiah again. Was it because that was kind of Andrew's band, and you feel like you sort of want to separate yourself from that sort of previous project and start afresh, or what was the idea behind that?
I guess it was just more a mutual decision. Like we'd all made at the time to sort of just kind of take a break from things, and we could see sort of leading up to it that it was not really kind of working out for everyone at the time as well anyway. So yeah, we all sort of just parted ways, and then I don't know, I guess when me and Chris sort of started talking about getting back and sort of working on some more tunes, we did have the idea that we wanted to carry on with Bow, and I mean we would have loved to have done that, but I guess just considering and respecting the other guys, we sort of did talk to them, but we decided not to go ahead with it in the end, which is a shame because it would have been brilliant. But I mean we're happy with it too because it's sort of some fresh legs in a running race, as I could look at it like that. So
has Joe brought anything to the table that perhaps the previous band didn't have? Or
this time around we kind of got to pick the sound that we wanted, where with Andrew he progressed to that sound. At the start, Andrew was pretty terrible.
The whole band was pretty terrible at the beginning, you admitted to earlier on.
We were pretty proud of our songs, but we look back at them now and go, we learned a lot, from playing those songs and playing those shows.
2 bevies at practice.
That's it, and getting those opportunities. And I think those opportunities gave us the opportunity this time around to be able to pick that sound of that vocalist that we wanted,
Speaking of vocalists, I'm feeling a bit sorry for Joe sitting out in his car because there's 2-year-olds inside and trying to get the kid to bed, so he's stuck out in his car trying to talk to us. So maybe Joe, you could give us a bit of a rundown of your sort of history.
I started off in the South Island. I was about 13. I did my first band. It was terrible, but I'm not going to sit there and name all the bands I've done, but I progressed just like them over the years. And then I was in the Rising Tide for for a while. I only did one single with them though, but we did have probably about 5 tracks recorded with me demoed, but unfortunately it never got released. And I'd been doing hardcore in my other band, Brawler, probably for the last 2 years, been writing that. I'm getting back into it, but I sort of missed what the death metal, deathcore stuff sort of allowed me to do as a vocalist.
Right.
Pretty much just to document what I can do, so I can use all my range, but I just keep the both bands separate. I keep the lyrical ideas separate. It's a whole new entity.
Right. I get you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, you're releasing Ravenous Earth on the 2nd of March, which would have already passed. But you also mentioned that you had a bunch of other tracks. So is the goal going forwards to like release like a solid block of work, or will you be releasing like a bunch of singles, or like sort of like releasing them as you go, or what's the band's plan?
Joe's just doing the vocals for our next single. I can't tell you the name of it yet, but that's not going to be too far away. And so the next thing we're going to do is a lyric video, man. So this will come out with a lyric video. Then the next step will be our next single, which will be a music video. So these are the things that we want to do. And then bang, you'll get about 7 songs that you haven't heard on a 10-track type thing album.
That's a pretty sort of standard template for most modern bands. You'll release 2 or 3 singles in different formats, and then bam, there goes your big release.
Yep.
So cool. That's a sensible thing to do in this day and age with content.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we there's no expectations, man. So we can take as long as we want. We're not going to tease people with exact dates of stuff. We don't have something ready to go.
Right.
We've learned all of these things from past experiences that you don't want to make promises that you can't keep. So that's our next thing we're working on. Is the lyric video, and Joe will have something for us pretty soon, I'd say.
Okay, Joe, what were you saying?
At the moment, we are tackling at one song at a time. I haven't even heard the whole album, but I'm sort of liking keeping it that way because I don't want to be overwhelmed with stuff. Just focus on one at a time, and then you can make it the best you possibly can.
Sure.
I've got it all there ready to go, but obviously once I drop the vocals, then we've got to go over. They'll obviously mix and master it himself because Tim does it.
Are you looking at sort of expanding your members so you're able to actually perform live? Is that something you're aiming for?
If we do a music video for the release for that, I'd want to be playing live. So I'd have a few more tracks finished, as people wouldn't get to hear them until the album's done, but we'd have enough to play live.
We are looking for members, but we haven't put the feelers out there just yet. We just want to get that first single out, work on this next idea, which is the next single with the lyric video, and then basically that's when we're going to start hitting it for looking for those members. Like we're pretty relaxed about it at the moment because we know that you can not go to any gigs right now, for instance. It's not a major rush, Like we kind of spoke about it the other night, and it could be a year away, man, until we play a live gig.
I was just sort of like trying to ascertain whether that was your overall goal, was to actually make like a band that can actually play live, or whether you were going for more sort of the home project thing, which with the internet and the sort of the accessibility to an international market, you don't necessarily have to play shows anymore, but some bands prefer to do that. So I don't know, I was just trying to gauge your sort of intentions.
Get the material first, and then when we're happy with like this could pretty much be a set, then we'll start getting the ball really rolling.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, cool. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add to the end of the interview? Because I think that's about all we have to chat about.
Sign off, Joe.
Okay, it's all yours, Joe.
Shout out to my partner for letting me juggle 2 bands, because it takes a lot of time away from our family time.
Anything else?
Yeah, definitely check the single out, man. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, Reverb Nation,
Kmart.
every fucking where.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for chatting with me this evening, and all the best with the project going forwards. Yeah, all the best. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Thanks,
much,
well.
mate.
Cheers,
Later.
man. See ya.
And thanks for watching.